Hours before US President Donald Trump was scheduled to address the nation on the escalating Middle East conflict, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian released a strongly worded open letter aimed directly at the American people, challenging long-held narratives about Iran and its global image. Opening with the line, "In the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful," the letter sets a firm yet reflective tone, positioning Iran not as an aggressor but as a historically resilient civilization misunderstood on the world stage. Iran rejects threat narrative. Pezeshkian firmly pushed back against claims that Iran poses a global security threat. He argued that such portrayals are manufactured narratives driven by political and economic interests rather than facts. He emphasized that Iran, despite being one of the world's oldest continuous civilizations, has not initiated war in its modern history, instead acting only in self-defense when attacked. Message to Americans: no enmity. In a notable outreach, the Iranian president drew a clear distinction between governments and people, stating that Iranians hold no hostility to American citizens or people of other nations. He described this as a deeply rooted cultural principle, not just a political stance, urging Americans to question the narratives they are presented with. Sharp criticism of US policies. The letter also took direct aim at US foreign policy, accusing Washington of creating and sustaining the idea of Iran as an enemy to justify military presence and economic dominance. It highlighted the extensive US military deployment around Iran and called it a real source of tension, arguing that Iran's military buildup is purely defensive in response. Historical grievances resurface. Pezeshkian pointed to key moments that shaped Iran-US mistrust, including the 1953 coup, US support for the Shah, backing of Iraq during the 1980s war, and decades of sanctions. He claimed these actions disrupted Iran's democratic process and deepened distrust towards Washington. War serves whose interests? In one of the most striking sections, the letter questioned the very purpose of the ongoing conflict, asking, whose interests does this war serve? Was there any real threat from Iran? He condemned attacks on civilian infrastructure and warned that such actions only damage America's global standing while fueling long-term instability. Israel angle and global stakes. The Iranian president also suggested that the US may be acting under the influence of Israel, accusing it of amplifying the Iran threat narrative to divert attention from the Palestinian issue. He warned that continued confrontation would come at a heavy cost, not just for Iran, but for global stability. Ending on a philosophical note, Pezeshkian urged Americans to look beyond the machinery of misinformation and seek truth independently. He framed the current moment as a critical crossroads, where the choice between confrontation and engagement will shape the future for generations.